Hello friends, today we are going to study about the basic structure of human respiratory system. In this video, we are going to explain the first diagram given in the ncert book of class 11 in chapter breathing and exchange of gases and discuss all the potential MCQs that can be framed from this diagram and the paragraph given in the ncert. So let's begin. Our respiratory system begins with air entry through a pair of external nostrils which open into the nasal chamber which further open into the pharynx. Pharynx is a common passage for both food and air because the oral cavity also opens. So this becomes a potential question common passage. So this point to be noted very carefully. This as the pharynx is a common channel, so to protect our respiratory tract from entry of food and water into it, we have a thin elastic cartilaginous flap that is epiglottis, which prevents entry of food into the larynx. So the next structure in line with the epiglottis is the larynx, which is a cartilaginous box, also known as sound box because it contains vocal cords which help in sound production. Then the larynx open into the trachea, which is a straight tube supported by incomplete rings. The rings are incomplete and extend up to the mid-thoracic cavity and divided into then trachea divided into right and left primary bronchus at the level of fifth thoracic vertebra. Then these primary bronchus open into the enter into the lung and divide several times and in divide multiple times and in the last they forms alveoli. Alveoli are thin, irregular walled, vascularized bag-like structures. Each and every term is very important and it is a potential MCQ that can be framed from this point that it is thin, irregular and vascular. Any of these terms can be thin, can be changed with thick, irregular can be changed with regular, and the question will be changed and you will be confused. So be careful while reading the questions of this type. So the alveoli are the final main spot of gaseous diffusion. And as we know, we have two lungs which are covered by the double layer pleura. The outer layer is called parietal pleura, which is in close contact with the thoracic cavity, and the inner pleura is known as visceral pleura because it is in contact with the lung, which is a visceral organ. So lung surface. In between two pleura, we have a cavity known as pleural cavity. Between the parietal and visceral pleura, we have a pleural cavity which contains pleural fluid. It reduces friction on the lung surfaces. So our lung, so up to this every point is clear. So our lung is enclosed in an airtight cavity which is known as in airtight chamber. That is why any changes in the volume of thoracic cavity will be reflected on the lung. So our thoracic cavity is supported ventrally. Ventrally means anteriorly by the sternum. Dorsally means posteriorly by the vertebral column. Laterally we have ribs and on the lower side we have a dome shaped diaphragm. So this becomes a very important question. Which side, which structure is present? So this is very important point to be noted. Our trachea divides into primary bronchi, then secondary bronchi, tertiary bronchi, initial bronchioles, terminal bronchioles and alveoli. Till the initial bronchioles, these structures trachea, primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, tertiary bronchi, initial bronchioles are supported by incomplete cartilaginous ring. These terms can be changed and incomplete can be changed with complete. Cartilaginous can be confused with fibrous rings. So be careful while reading the question. So these are supported by incomplete cartilaginous ring. And these all structures, this branching network of bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli comprises lung, which is covered by double layered pleura. So we are clear with this diagram and the first page of this point. Now coming with the second page. Trachea to alveoli, we have 23 generations, or we can say division. Each generation is a division. As per Weber lung model, this name is not important to you. We have divided these divisions into two parts, that is conducting part and the respiratory or exchange part. Conducting part is from trachea to the terminal bronchioles. That is, in between we have multiple divisions of the bronchiole and the part distal to the terminal bronchiole, that is, we have respiratory bronchiole and alveoli comprises the respiratory or exchange part, which is a site of actual diffusion of oxygen, carbon dioxide between blood and atmospheric air. The conducting part transport atmospheric air to the alveoli. So the function of conducting part is to it clears foreign particles, humidifies air, and bring atmospheric air to the body temperature. So this becomes the important function of the conducting part, and we are clear with the function of the respiratory or exchange part where the actual exchange occurs. So in this video we have completed the basics human respiratory system structure. So if you like my video, kindly like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.